have to work, man.
I...
Rappers ever seen. Boy, watch your mouth, I'll wash it out with Listerine. Miss me with that funny shit, I'll call you Mr. Bean. You talking like my friend, you not my son, you Billie Jean.
That's pretty good, that's pretty good.
It's amazing. It's really beautiful. There is this picture, this photography that is so well thought and done. All this autofocus in the background and the connection with the characters, and I also like the character arch and also the cultural arch when the two different cultures they merge together, and by the end of it we see both of them and they fit perfectly together. I thought that there is a very strong idea behind this short, and I really love it.
The film is beautifully shot in quiet, dim interiors. The rich costumes and makeup are luminous by contrast. The young woman's care for the old man is tenderly rendered. My only wish is that when the old man is performing, his chants were subtitled as well.
Quite a relatable, touching, uplifting film. At the same time, it was quite modern and hit on current social issues of trying to bridge gaps between cultures. I thought the makers did it beautifully, in that they really touched us with these real customs that people are trying to keep alive, and even the lessons learned of keeping in touch with your elders and things like that, mixed with the very real pressures of current days and trying to succeed as a young person and in new industries and things like that. And just being a bit rebellious as a teenager. I thought it did a great job. The angles of the camera and how it all came together with the music in the background, I enjoyed it immensely. I thought it was quite well done. Kudos to the actors as well.
It was a very nice effort to depict the youth and the need to preserve traditions from different countries, in this case China, which is an amazing millenary tradition, cultural people. The topic about being in a certain age and forgetting things and the loneliness that must have entail, I think that's also a very good topic to point out. And I loved how the teenage was able to connect to the roots of their family and the tradition and how everything connected, and how, I don't know, it was very heartwarming. I really liked it.
I found it truly fascinating to see the differences between previous generations and modern generations, the cross-culture aspect of traditional with modern in the immigrant experience was really, really interesting to see. The makeup and the costumes were beautiful. Overall, this is a really inspiring movie.
I found it a very powerful, moving experience. As a father and former child myself, the way this film explored the ways in which lessons and meaning are passed down through the generations was a theme that resonated particularly strongly for me. In particular, I appreciated the very nuanced insight that even if the lessons themselves may not survive the long journey through time intact, that a piece of them, the underlying respect, still can. I loved the storytelling in this film, and it was a beautiful tribute.
It's the fan favorite of the festival, so everybody seemed to really love it. For me, this movie stayed with me for a while. It's about culture. Of course, the missing piece is not a physical element, a physical object. It's an emotional thing. It's kind of trying to connect with the generation, and the generation kind of connect with the new kind of world.
So the film A Missing Piece, shot very professionally. I like everything in there, especially bright costumes, the colors, and how Chinese festival is shown. I like the way director showed us the generation gap in the beginning, and how in the end, when the boy starts wrapping the Chinese hat, we can make a conclusion that innovations and traditions can fit together perfectly.
One thing that I would take from the film A Missing Piece is the beautiful, beautiful costume. I really loved it. The costume caught my eye. And I also love the part where Ling says to her son David to keep the old man company while she got the surprise from the car. And I could see the expression on David's face when he was faced with the old man. Like there was just this disconnection of two generations. I really found that interesting. And I think I like the way the film ended with a surprise rap. And that was really nice. I enjoyed the rap.
I love the music in this film. The sets and costumes were beautiful. They must have spent a lot of money to get that on the screen. I like David rejecting his culture initially and then accepting it later on by marrying it to his rap. I like the use of the family photos at the end of the film. And we have to give a round of applause to our leading lady, who is also the director. Directing a film is hard enough in and of itself, but infinitely more so when you're also the star.